I'm Chip Townsend, and this is the Team Chip Podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to the Team Chip Podcast. You're going to have to forgive us, but today our audio may be a little crazy. We wanted to do kind of a different run today. We're live at the Team Chip San Angelo SummerSlam 2025. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Glyn Ann.
Hello.
Yeah, we're going to have to pass the mic back and forth because we're shooting off the hip here. We wanted to talk today about the concept of competition and healthy competition. So I'm going to let Ms. Glyn Ann get us rolling here.
Well, you hear cliches like, well, it's not cliche, but iron sharpens iron, and you hear the things.
Wait. That's not cliche. That's right out of the Bible. Proverbs 27:17.
I said it's not cliche.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You aren't listening.
I never listen.
There is that. But anyway, and you hear that and you think, oh, yeah. But you don't, I don't think we always really get a grasp of what that actually means. It doesn't mean that the competition is going to be easy. It doesn't mean that you're always going to win. And I think that the thing that sharpening happens a lot whenever you don't win. Those times that you walk away and you don't have the first place medal. You do know that you didn't leave it all out on the mat. You had more in you. Those are the times that you drive home and either you find the reasons and you're really sad and it's somebody else's fault, or you own it, and that's whenever the sharpening happens, is whenever you look inside and you go, you know what, I didn't prepare for this like I should have. I didn't train the way I should have, or I just had a bad day. I woke up and I didn't feel good. Things happen, but being able to actually kind of step back and realize that a loss is not really, you lost, but you have an opportunity to learn rather than, making it about what somebody else did. Make it about, look at what you could have done different.
Yeah, I love everything you said. It's true. So as you can probably tell, we're not fans of this kind of entitled, like everybody gets a participation medal. That's just not who we are. And biblically, that's not who we're called to be. But, she said some really great things. She said, we learn when we lose. It's the pain of the loss that sharpens the blade, if we allow it to do so. It's the ride home after the loss in the car with the parents. Instead of the parents going, oh my God, that judge was horrible. Oh my goodness, la, 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 and making excuses. Even if a judge made a mistake, they're human. Suck it up. It's just part of the deal. But we learn on the ride home. We learn after the fact. And we know this well because competing at the World Championships and driving for 20 plus hours, one way to get to an event, to compete one time in 1 year. And this is not about me, but we both have done this. You go and you don't do your best and you have a 21 hour drive home to ponder that. What am I going to do with that? Is it going to make me better or is it going to make me bitter? Where am I going to head? And I think it's just important that we understand that, biblically, Proverbs 27:17, we laughed about it, but iron sharpens iron as another man or woman sharpens another, right? And competition is an amazing way to do that. And keep in mind, we're at Team Chip, we're not a competition-focused school, but 3 times a year we hold in-house tournaments for our students to get to compete and to get to grind, to get to sharpen the blade a little bit with their partners and with their friends in a healthy environment, right?
Because there's something really special about competition. You can, we watched it today. There's a segment of the competition where it's forms and competitors that at home, on their home mat, where everything is comfortable, everything is familiar, they tear up their forms. They come to a different area where they're having to do it completely by themselves, where you feel like, although this is a little side note, you feel like eyes are all on you, but they're really not. Those eyes are actually on everybody's watching their own kids. So there is that. But You feel like all eyes are on you, everybody's focused on you, and the nerves kick in, and being able to flip that switch and remember what you know and be able to move through whatever your form or whatever it is that you're doing is a whole different level, because we watched it today. People that know their forms on the comfortable spot, like the back of their hand, but then get here and it's not as comfortable, they bobble a little bit. And then you have to go, did I really know my form like the back of my hand, or do I have a little bit, do I have more to put in? And it gives you that opportunity to really see it whenever you put it out there in the competition form.
Absolutely. And that's why competition is such an important part of growth in life. You know, I say this to my students sometimes. When you're like 2 or 3 years old and your mom says, don't touch that, it's hot, and mom walks away, what do we all do? You know, for the first time, a lot of times we go over and we touch anyway, right? And in that moment, we learn 2 monster lessons. Lesson number 1, always listen to mama and trust her. Lesson number 2, it's hot and it hurt. And it's the pain that really teaches us. It wasn't what mom said so much as, ow, I'm not going to come back and do that again. And so in competition, you know, we're kind of hitting on the lose side, because it's easy to win and go home and feel good. It's easy to win and go home and go, woo, but it's hard to lose and go home and go, woo, I learned something out of that, although it stunk.
Also, you know, on the flip side of the win, and I don't want to get too sidetracked on that, but it's also really easy to win and think you're all that whenever actually today was your day. Don't stop training. There's a reason that, you know, you may have gone in and been totally prepared, but this was your day that things, I don't want to say fell into place, but I don't have a better word. Whenever they went your way, you did well, but don't believe the press about you, you know, that you're all that, because then it's real easy to get stagnant and to get lazy. But just to kind of go back to, you know, talking about the lessons learned in competition, you know, it's also really important, you know, like you talked about the drive home, for parents to not let it's easy to be a parent and you see your kid lose and to have that absolutely, you don't like it. It stirs up in you, I want to protect my kid from feeling this way. And I can tell you, this is actually our kid. We have 2 kids that are here today that they're working this year on their 10th trifecta. That means 10 years in a row they've competed in those 3 tournaments. So, and this doesn't count any other tournaments that they've done, but it's 30 tournaments that they've competed. And I can guarantee you there's been years that we've won some, and there's been many years that we've lost some or more. That the ride home has been like, that was horrible. And on the parent side, it's real easy to be like, we don't ever have to do that again. That was horrible. I don't want you to ever feel this. But actually, we have the conversations amongst ourselves, with us 2, that are like, you know, I hate that, but I'm so glad that they had that experience today, because it showed them where an area that we need to work on. And we have to get them through that, because they need somebody on the outside to say, this is not it. We lost today. Tomorrow's another day. Let's get back to work.
Absolutely. I love that. Another thing that I tell my kids, I'd rather you lose on the mat with your friends. And when I say friends, even if we go to an outside tournament, that's not just an inter-school tournament. Yeah. They're fighting with kids that I wanted to make friends with. You know, we're all part of kind of the same big martial arts family. I'd rather you lose on the mat today with someone that you're friends with in a controlled environment than lose on the street. And this is as close as we can get to making the rubber hit the road and getting you past the emotions, helping you to develop that self-control to be calm in the moment when the poop hits the fan and things like that. Another thing that I like to talk to the students about as well is, you know, when you go to a tournament, I, as an instructor, and or even my kids, your father, love you the same if you get first place, third place, or no place. And let me explain that. How you perform today I don't judge you based on that. You had an on day, an off day, you trained enough or you did not. But what I explained to them is what I want for you is I want you to leave a tournament, whether it is first, third, or no place, feeling like I put it all out there and I left nothing on the table. And I tell my students, if you feel you leave a tournament in last or third or whatever that is, and you are in your mind going, well, I skipped some trainings and I should have been in classes and I should have done these things. If you feel that way, that's on you. That's your own fault. You should have been disciplined and done your part to prepare. But if you poured in all the training you could and did your absolute best that day, whatever place you get, you should be happy with it. And if it's no place or a third place, learn from it. Where do we polish and what was the lesson I took out of this today? So just, those are some nuggets around competition and some of the feelings that we have on competition that we think are important. And I hope you guys heard that. We have a lot of students that are on their 7th trifecta, their 5th trifecta. Our 2 younger children are on their 10th trifecta this year. That's 30 in-house tournaments. And there were a few that they were maybe second tournament of the year. They did one, and second they're kind of like, I don't want to do this. And we nudged them. Hey, get in there. You're going to be glad you did. The other day we were having a conversation at the house about how much, and I hate to use the word pride, but how proud they were of the fact that they've got 10 trifectas, 30 of these behind them. And again, it's not about the number of tournaments. It's about consistency and constantly going back. And I'm going to say today, as I watched my kids compete and win against much older adults, against much bigger opponents, and win handily, the conversation that we will have is, aren't you proud you have that experience you developed?
With it.
Because it was your consistency and experience that allowed you to easily handle your divisions today and win. Are they always going to win? Absolutely not. But is that experience priceless? And the way that we handle the conversation after the fact, priceless? And have I messed up and been upset and said things I regretted? 150%. Absolutely. But I just encourage you to be cautious in how you handle their losses, because their losses are just such opportunities to teach them grit, emotional control, objectivity, and so much.
Yeah, on social media, it's real common for there to be something that comes out or something that happens, and the common thread in the comments will be something along, well, I would have done this, I would have. And one of the things that competition allows you to
that
do,
I would have is usually not the competitor, it's someone commenting on the competitor's performance. So I just wanted to clarify that.
This should have happened, that should have happened.
Right.
And it's very easy from the outside to have an opinion on what should have happened. But the thing, just to kind of tie up what we're talking about competition, is the thing about competition is it really makes you kind of get a feel for and see what will I do in that heat of the moment. Whenever you really rely on that, like there's a part, all of a sudden all of the training either comes out or it doesn't. And the doesn't come out is not. It's the preparation or the lack of preparation is what you get, what you see, and that's the thing that I think a lot of times, kind of culturally, it's real easy to stand back and have an opinion on what should have, what could have, what I would have, and the reality is, until you are in that place, you do not know what you will do, and competition allows you to get a little taste of that.
And you know what my pappy used to say about opinions?
Yeah, I do. I said the same thing.
Everybody got one, and they're kind of like butts. They're usually stinky. Keep your opinions to yourself until you're willing to step across the mat, step into the fire, step into the arena, and grind. So,
yeah, go read Man in the Arena.
Teddy Roosevelt, baby, Man in the Arena. It's priceless. It's such a great saying, quote, whatever you want to call it, but it's amazing.
What we just said and condensed it down to like a few verses.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, it's been awesome hanging out with you. Hope the sound was okay. We love you guys. We truly hope you get some nuggets out of this. Please go like, share, subscribe to the Team Chip podcast. Help us get it out there. We truly want to just encourage people. This is not intended to be a beat down, but just encouragement to make the hard choices. It's easy to go, oh, we'll quit and never do that again because it was hard on you, and I don't want you to feel it, like Glyn Ann said.
Yeah.
it's hard to buckle down and go, hey, buddy, we're going to grit our teeth and go back and train some more, and it's going to be fine. And let's get this done and do it better next time and learn the lesson.
Go find some way to put yourself out there a little bit, to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you're having to perform or having to remember something that you've been working on, something to actually kind of test that a little bit, whatever that area that is.
Go sing in the church choir. Go do some basket weaving and sell them in the local, then the local craft show. Do something to kind of put yourself out there a little bit and remind yourself what it was like to be in that arena at least a little bit and what it feels like, and let that help you to make better choices when you're encouraging your competitors that are out there competing. Hope you guys loved it. We love you guys. Thank you for being here. Hope the sound was okay, and we will see you guys on the next Teamship podcast. Thank you for tuning into the Teamship Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget, subscribe, share, and or leave a review, because we need you. We appreciate you so much, and without you, we can't make this happen. Remember, consistency is the key to success, so go out there and never be outworked.